Missing Malaysia flight finally found. Tracked down with bullet holes in this location. The victims' families are being offered a glimmer of hope. On March 8, 2014, Malaysia Airline Flight 370 seemingly vanished into thin air over the Indian Ocean, sparking dozens of conspiracy theories for the last 4 years. The internet has been abuzz since that day, as internet sleuths have done their best to piece together the final moments of the doomed flight, but nothing has come to fruition. For the last 3 years, investigators have been searching for the lost flight in one of the most massive aviation hunts in recent history, which involved the help from China, Australia, and Malaysia. However, despite their efforts and the millions of dollars spent on searching for the lost plane, investigators have come up with nothing and suspended their hunt in January of last year. For the families that are still searching for answers, the silence has been deafening, as they have been left to wonder what happened that tragic day. Now, the victims' families are being offered a glimmer of hope after one man claims that he has tracked down the missing flight to its precise location, and that is not all he has revealed. Since Malaysia Flight 370 went missing all those years ago, many people have claimed that foul play was to blame. The flight that took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Malaysia, to its destination, Beijing Capital International Airport in China, seemingly vanished over the vast waters, not leaving a trace of evidence. Then small pieces of the plane began to wash up on islands in the Indian Ocean and on the African coast, breathing new life into the investigation of the missing flight. With that new information, an Australian mechanical engineer who has worked on crash investigations for the last 25 years says he has been able to find the missing aircraft by using Google Earth. Peter McMahon claims that he has spent countless hours studying images from Google Earth as well as NASA in his effort to pinpoint the vanished aircraft. After spending hundreds of hours examining these images, McMahon now feels that he has been able to locate the plane, which he claims is below the ocean surface 10 miles south of Round Island, north of Mauritius. McMahon also goes on to say that the reason why authorities have not found the missing aircraft is that it is filled with bullet holes, which would cause more controversy. Here is more from Daily Star. The flight, carrying 239 people, vanished en route from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing on March 8, 2014, above the Indian Ocean. Australia, China, and Malaysia ended an unsuccessful £115 million search in January 2017. Earlier this year, Malaysia agreed to pay US firm Ocean Infinity up to £50 million if it finds the plane before June. Peter McMahon, an Australian mechanical engineer who claims to have worked in crash investigations for more than 25 years, insists he has discovered the plane. McMahon, 64, has pored through NASA and Google Maps images since the plane disappeared and points to Round Island, north of Mauritius. He believes the aircraft is 10 miles south of the islet, unexplored by investigators. In one snap, the outline of what appears to be an aircraft is visible below the water's surface. McMahon says he sent his findings to the Australian Transport and Safety Bureau, which confirmed it could be the missing craft. But US officials reportedly instructed them to stick to their assigned area of the Indian Ocean. McMahon told Daily Star Online, 4 Americans were sent to Australia to oversee the findings of MH370. They have made sure that all information received has been hidden from the public, even our government, but why? McMahon says authorities do not want it found as it's full of bullet holes. Finding it will only open another inquiry. Along with the main section, he claims to have found part of the front cabin south of Rodriguez Island, also near Mauritius. Ghislaine Watrelos, who lost his wife and 2 children in the tragedy, also believes the plane was shot down. He believes Vietnam, Malaysia, and Thailand could be withholding vital information. Ghislaine said, all the military from these countries have seen the plane if we believe that version. Why are they silent? I do not know, but there are also other countries that have information, like England with Inmarsat, with Rolls-Royce, like the United States with Boeing, and like the FBI, who went the next day and took the pilot's flight simulator and never said anything to the investigators. Why this silence? There is something we do not want to say in this story. Daily Star Online has approached the Australian government's Joint Agency Coordination Centre for comment. At this point, there is no telling if McMahon is telling the truth or not, but it does undoubtedly bring a new theory to the table. If the plane was shot down accidentally, it would explain why authorities would not investigate this area of the potential crash site. No one would want any more issues, since if this were the case, an international brouhaha would ensue between numerous countries.